3097 seconds. We are here.
Bays Boys Podcast.
Alive and kicking.
With my host today, Tyler, I don't know, was hosting.
I don't
Joe
know.
Skelly is your co-host.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Have you heard about... Did you see that picture of the
No,
bird?
you know why?
The Thunderbird in Tombstone?
You know why? Oh, you're talking about...
You saw it, didn't
Yes,
you?
I have seen that picture.
What did you think about that?
It looked like a pterodactyl.
April 26, 1890.
I think it's a fake picture.
You think it's fake?
I would like to believe it's not.
I mean, is it?
Where did they bury that thing?
They probably ate it. Like, bro, it's a bunch of redneck cowboys who killed something fucked up. I mean, all it's going to do is decompose. If nothing else, they hang it for decoration.
Until it rots away?
Right.
What'd they do with the bones?
Right. So you think they'd still be there.
Right.
The
It'd
problem
be really
is,
easy. Find out where
listen,
they buried that thing, dig it up, and do a DNA
no.
on the bones.
Hold on. The thing that people forget about is the relativeness of like time, man. Right? So you see something magnificent at a party. No matter what, 10 years from now, as time passes, that story just kind of deteriorates. Less people that are around, blah, blah, blah. So they maybe got like 100 people that saw this fucking pterodactyl bird. And then some dude walked off eating it because they were all hungry. And now there's no evidence.
The bones, man. What did they do with the bones?
Maybe they made knives out of them.
What the fuck? Have you ever a knife bone?
Like a handle.
Oh.
Elephant ivory handles, you know. Maybe they made knives out of the handles and gave them to all their friends. And then some of them snorted the rest of it because they thought it would give them inhuman powers and all this other shit.
Tiger penis.
Right. Look at what the fuck. All I'm saying is if within 50 years, if a legendary story that, you know, is true that thousands of people see can be forgotten about, why can't a
You mean like the
pterodactyl-
crash at Roswell?
All kinds of things. I could name things. We're not going to.
I could name things. Name
we
something.
could name thing. Nope.
Name something.
We're not allowed. We've taken multiple polls. Politics is not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does
so
that have to do with the crash at Roswell? Now I'm super confused.
That's political.
Okay.
The politics are protecting that
Okay.
and using it against you.
Okay. Here we go.
You know it's true.
This episode has already gone in the shitter.
It's not true. It's
All right.
still good.
So there's an
Pterodactyl.
alleged picture of a pterodactyl, aka the Thunderbird.
Cowboys and pterodactyls
They shot it and they're holding it up
with their
like
12,
a trophy.
with their 12 gauge.
You sure it wasn't the Winchester repeating
Where-
rifle?
Where would they get? How would those guys? Like, who's going to come up with this to fake it? Is my question. Like, who has all day on the ranch to just be like, "Hey, I built this fake pterodactyl." Let's
No, I'm
take
not
a
saying they
picture."
faked it. I'm saying the photographs are fake from years later.
Well, yeah, probably. But
That totally goes against your story, but okay.
how would we know? We don't know. There's no way.
Yeah, there's totally a way you could tell if that picture's been faked.
Listen, you can't tell anything anymore because AI already conned humans into them believing there was paintings, so we can't anymore. We've been proven. The best judges in the art industry cannot tell the difference between AI and human. It's over. It all could
Is that
be
a new
fake.
thing?
Yeah, remember that painter a few months ago? We talked about on an episode how that guy submitted that painting drawn by AI to be one of the best paintings, and they were like, "This is the greatest art man has ever done." And he's like, "Well, it was done by a robot. Keep your prize."
No, we did not talk about this.
Yeah, we did. It's on an episode.
Well, then I don't fucking remember it.
Yeah, we went on about it. Yeah, he submitted a painting done by AI, and they were like, "Oh my God, it's the perfect painting. You're the
Did he
most amazing."
submit it in digital form?
I guess so. And he's already an established artist, so they had more reason to believe it too.
So it's not a real painting if he gave him a digital slide.
Well, is anything real anymore? Like, that's what painting is now. You paint on a tablet.
No. Painting is on canvas and you hang it.
Not anymore.
Or it's multimedia.
We're expired.
No, bro. So you're telling me you're going to go in an art gallery and there's going to be nothing but digital images on the wall?
NFTs,
I'm not-
TNTs,
yeah, fuck all that.
BNTs,
Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
FTPs,
Fuck
red
it.
cards for
Yeah,
everybody.
red cards for everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's
It's
garbage.
already happened.
It's garbage.
Dude, there's robots in our own park, and we haven't thrown one bag over them yet. I'm ashamed to be me. 16-year-old me right now would be kicking my ass.
Well, yes, he would.
He's like, you're a fucking loser, guy.
You haven't black
You used
bagged
to
one of
have-
these
yeah.
snitch bots yet?
You used to have fucking morals.
You used to be somebody.
Yeah, what Batman said, or what the Joker or Harvey, whoever the fuck in that movie said was right. You either, what is it? You either live, no. You either live long enough to become the hero, or, no, that's not how it, you die the hero, or you live long enough to become the bad guy or something. We've become the bad guy. We don't even trash the bots anymore. We've
There are
joined,
people whipping this shit out of delivery robots all
and
the time.
we are not. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Instead, we're here pandering to the masses for our giant thousands and thousands of listener bases. We're over here acting like chimps.
What? Listen,
We should be taking bags.
clanging cymbals
We should
together
be-
and dancing.
We should be rallying to bag these dildo robots in the park before they start giving away our license plates.
Right. You just got to jam their Wi-Fi signal. But you didn't hear that from me.
What if it was the last pterodactyl? I mean, come on, man. Isn't the whole Wild West thing about discovery? What about the Wild West and Bigfoot? I mean,
Allegedly, no, not even allegedly. Dude, the dinosaurs died off long before. No, listen. This isn't like when What's-Her-Face said there was a saddle in the museum that we used to ride brontosauruses with.
Oh, who said that? Somebody said that?
Yeah, the one female candidate who ran for president.
Was it that little Gretchen girl?
No, it's
said
one,
that
it
we
was the
gotta
one
save
from
the world
Alaska.
from
It was
ozones?
it was the one from Alaska.
The hottie white girl?
The one that said she could see Russia from her bedroom.
Isn't Palin from Alaska?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She said she thought we rode dinosaurs.
Oh. Did we not? I mean, I've been fucking busy, bro. I can't even ride horses, so
But
I don't know what y'all are riding.
Bro, they were long. Nobody was riding on the back of a fucking brontosaurus like Fred Flintstone. That just didn't happen.
She got a booty for it, though. I'm just saying, if anybody was going to be doing it, she could be riding Brontosaurus Rexes all day, T-Rexes, Triceratopses.
Nobody was riding
fuck ever.
dinosaurs. This wasn't like Beastmaster.
So you're saying,
Just saying.
so you're saying no on the pterodactyl Thunderbird of the OK Corral.
I think that would be pretty sweet if it was real.
What
But-
you think he was just chilling up in a cave somewhere? What was that bird eating? Cows?
Bro, they're still claiming Loch Ness Monster is real.
Do you think Loch Ness Monster is real?
It's a possibility, right? They think it's a leftover dinosaur, a holdout. Dude, they're finding fish that they thought were extinct for millions of years, and they're still finding them.
Bro, I saw some dude the other day took a fit. Well, first of all, were you here when we were looking at those Ariat boots, those man boots?
What about them?
Yeah, they make a pair out of a fish.
Okay.
And the boot looks like some pirate scales from a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. First of all. Second of all, I looked up the goddamn fish. It's like a 50-foot fish, bro. And they're like, oh, we're making boots out of this. And I'm like, oh, there's all kinds of questions I have right here.
Okay, what are they? Let's get to the
Well,
bottom of this.
Where did this big 50-foot fish come from that you've just been making boots out of this whole time?
People caught it
How come they haven't been making boots out of other things like whales?
because they're protected.
That's stupid. So this
Nobody
50-foot
wants a
fish is not
whale-skin
protected?
boot.
Who the fuck wants this fucking fish boot? This fish boot, it looks... I mean, it looks cool for a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but the fish looks dumb. It's not even a cool-looking fish. So why get the fish scale boots?
I heard the naga is a terrible looking creature, but its hide is wonderful.
What the fuck is a naga?
Naga hide.
I don't even know if that's...
No, it's a stupid joke.
Oh.
Naga hide, it was fake leather they used to make couches out of.
Oh. Oh, my. This must be one of those vegan things y'all are into.
No. But I did see an Australian farmer dog a vegan because they were talking about, how they were having a conference and they were complaining about how much CO2 the cows emit and how it's ruining the ozone. And he looked at her and he goes, what kind of belt is that? Because she was wearing a belt. And she goes, this is vegan leather. He goes, vegan leather? He goes, tell me about your vegan leather belt. And it turns out to produce this fake leather belt It has 10 times the carbon footprint for a belt than one cow over
That's
its entire
always
life.
that's always the case. Veganism's not real, or else you wouldn't ride in a car. Again, we've been over this. I've never met one fucking vegan that tells me he walks everywhere. Never. Write the show if that's you, motherfucker. I'll send you a sticker and a shirt. But it's not.
Dude, I told
I'm
you I
calling
was
them
at that
all out.
Christmas party and that vegan was screaming about the Christmas tree and how they murdered the Christmas tree.
Perfect.
And I looked at her and I said, "Excuse me." I said, "You eat broccoli, right?" She's like, "Yeah."
Perfect.
I'm like, "Did you hear it screaming when they cut it from the ground?"
That's not the same. I have to live. That's not the same. I'm feeling the greater good.
Right.
That's what that broad from PETA said when they asked her why she uses insulin. I'm featuring the humanity and animals better good relationship.
What? They did what?
Yeah, the head lady for PETA, she uses insulin that comes from horses and has byproducts from like horses or something.
For what?
Diabetes, I'm assuming. and she's like telling other people how they're pieces of shit for using insulin because it's animal products.
But yet she uses it.
Yes, and
Okay.
she literally has been quoted saying that it's because she's the savior of animals or some shit.
Oh, so it makes it okay for her.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Don't you know that's how that works?
No, I didn't
I
know.
need a genie. A genie
A genie?
to go with my Thunderbird here. Maybe Doc Holliday had no friends because he was busy fighting off all the Thunderbirds.
Maybe.
Maybe that's where Billy the Kid went. They ate his ass.
No, Billy the Kid did get eaten.
You don't know that. We weren't
As a
there.
matter of fact, allegedly, he survived and died as an old man.
He survived the pterodactyl attack?
Billy the Kid never was attacked by a pterodactyl, but he did fight Dracula in that one movie I saw.
Oh my. Was Nick Cage that guy too?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, speaking of fucked up movies, have you watched that new Suicide Squad movie?
No.
You should.
I didn't even know they came out with a new one.
I didn't either.
It must have been that impressive of a movie that nobody knew about it.
When you click on it, it becomes very impressive.
Oh, okay.
It's fucked up.
All right.
It's like it's Watchmen fucked up level.
Oh.
Yeah, like The Boys fucked up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
People dying, heads a popping.
Maybe I'll
Just
check it out.
All kinds of weird shit. John Cena running around in underwear. It's all fucked up.
I'm out. If John
Bro,
Cena's in it, I'm
No,
out.
listen, it's amazing. He plays Peacemaker, and the guy goes, the one lady looks at him and goes, "So you're Peacemaker, huh?" He's like, "You make peace, huh?" And he goes, "I would kill every man, woman, and child if it meant I could bring peace to everybody." And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then this fucking broad looks at the other guy. She goes, "I thought you were the crazy one." He's like, "I am." This motherfucker's over here talking about smashing kids and shit.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's a
So,
fucked up.
all right,
It's
so-
an adult comic movie.
So
I
what,
think.
okay, so what's your take on this pterodactyl at the OK Corral?
Bro, here's my thing.
Do you
I
think the
can't-
natives were pissed that the cowboys, killed one of one of the beings that they,
Worship.
Yeah, that's in their lore.
Bro, there are a lot of eagles and birds and things drawn on their stuff. Right, I have no idea.
Maybe they're just looking at a giant condor.
I think that we're of the generation of I don't know. Right?
We're supposed to be the generation where we seek knowledge.
Bullshit, because we've been flooded
With
with a bunch of
TikTok.
crap.
Listen, our listener wrote us about that bullshit. People go on TikTok and tell lies.
Fake shit all day. I mean, we read headlines for fun, but how would you know? Dude, look at some of the videos that come out right now and again, we can't get political, but some of the recent countries' activities that have come out that people have discovered were fake or found out they lied about or whatever. How would you know? Although back in the OK Corral times, they probably are more likely to see a pterodactyl than now. I mean, we just got too many bus stations and in and outs for there to be pterodactyls running around here.
All right, there's no more habitat for them.
That's what I'm saying. But again, back then,
So you're saying it's possible that there was a leftover from the
Something.
Pleistocene period of history,
right. Maybe.
the Greater Dryas period. If
Maybe
you will.
listen, what if nobody says that it says that they shot it, but I mean, dude, come on. What if they were digging in a fucking mine, hit something with some dynamite and happened to come across a big ass bird encrusted in some rock? That's much more likely than this whole we shot
its
this
flesh
out.
wouldn't have survived.
yeah, that picture's colorized, but that don't mean shit either. Like that men were much
I'm
better.
telling you, somebody photoshopped the shit out of that.
Yeah, men were much better at making fake animals look alive back then than they are even now. So that's all I'm saying. What the fuck?
Look at all the mermaids that were in the sideshows, the dead mermaids that
Right.
used to be in the sideshows that traveled the country.
Exactly. So I don't know. Listen, it's just like in the movies, man. Humans don't want magic. You spend your whole life trying to grow up so you can comprehend the reality of horrible life.
You're saying humans don't want magic? Explain David Blaine.
They,
Explain Mind Freak. Chris Angel.
David Blaine, but what about
Did David Blaine sell his soul to the devil to get those powers?
No,
Or is he just really good at what he does?
of course not. He's amazing at what he does.
And what is it exactly that he does?
He does street magic.
I forgot at heart you're a magician.
Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about what he does. Yo, I'm surprised that mask guy in the 90s didn't get killed, bro. That guy went crazy. He's like, let me show you this trick. I'm like, bro, there's a lot of people going to try and kill you, homie. You fit in the fucking, you're outing everybody.
Right.
No,
Right,
that's
right.
scary.
Yeah, didn't
I've
they
heard
kick him?
some
Didn't they
fucking
kick him
crazy-
out of the magic castle and all that
Bro,
other stuff?
fuck, I don't even know. I don't even know if Mans is still alive anymore.
He's probably dead somewhere.
He gave away so much free shit.
People were pissed,
Yes.
or the magicians, if you will, were pissed.
I've heard crazy shit about Blaine.
Like what?
Like background stories that are just savage as fuck. That he's got relatives that can do real voodoo magic. That he comes from that culture of life. That he started working cards when he was like 3. Just weird shit. Stuff, that's
I heard him talk
probably
about
lore.
how he was training himself to hold his breath,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
and like he got up to like 3 or 4 minutes breath holds or something
yeah, I don't
ridiculous
doubt
like that.
Isn't that what Houdini did too? That kind
Oh
of
yeah,
stuff?
oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But Houdini was interesting. Houdini wrote a book on how to do crime.
But yeah.
I showed you that book, right?
Yeah.
And,
oh, yeah.
and what
I
was
love
the
that
title?
book.
How to do things
I have that-
how to do bad things the right way or
Yeah.
something?
I have that on my Amazon list. It's been there for years. So I've never seen anybody with it in person, obviously, except for you. So, yeah. So what was I going to say?
We were talking
I
about
don't know, man.
magicians.
I don't know.
And then
His-
I forgot. And you were
his is a
and you got all
skill.
crazy. You were like, fuck that mask guy.
Yeah.
That guy's an
Forget
asshole.
about that guy. But you asked, why do people want to see it, man? Because some people don't. Because some people know it's a trick. Some people know as they get older, it's just a trick. That's why that life's a trick. That's why they need David Blaine.
Penn and
David
Teller.
Blaine
What
is
about
not-
Penn and Teller?
They're amazing. Penn and Teller are phenomenal.
Penn and-
They're
you know,
God,
did-
they're
did I-
God tier.
Did I tell you that Penn and Teller were hired by the CIA
Yeah.
to train operatives?
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Magicians, pickpockets, criminals, they've all been hired.
Showing
in
them
this-
how to do dead drops and
times.
sleight of hand and all that other shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Penn and Teller are God tier when it comes
They
to
are.
that.
Not only are they that, but they're also God tier about spouting truth most of the time,
Oh, yeah.
which is a big deal.
Yeah.
In fact, some of that PETA shit I learned was from them about that lady. So yeah, that makes,
How weird is that just tied into this
right,
magician's
that this
talk?
conversation. I don't know, man. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I wonder about Blaine myself constantly.
Well, here's a question.
Some of the
Like,
shit he does
what-
is way out there.
When did you decide that you wanted to do magic?
Oh, when I was like little. That's a little kid thing. Who
How
doesn't?
did- okay, all right. So you're little.
had magic
Let's-
kits.
Yeah. Okay, walk me through this.
Yeah.
Walk me through this. I'm intrigued now.
It's just my mom, I guess. She knew.
Your mom
I
knew.
love the illusion,
All right. So she
the
would buy you
flair
those
for
little,
drama.
those little magic
Yep.
kits.
Yep. And I would save money constantly to buy those motherfuckers.
You would
I
go to the
had
magic
know.
shops.
Yep.
Did you hang out in magic shops?
Yep. Yeah, we've talked about this in previous episodes.
Oh, that's right. I totally
That's how I
forgot
met
about
those pro guys and found out Ohioans have the #1 card thrower in the book of Guinness World Records. Chops carrots from a football field away.
That's insane.
It's not a football. It's like a gym, but it may as well be. Bro, I throw a card, I might hit you across from the table if I'm lucky. If it goes in the same direction.
I don't know. I did see that guy on the YouTubes the Chinese guy was like throwing cards through wooden doors and shit.
Scary, right?
Yes,
That's a regular
fucking
deck
scary.
of cards, homie.
That's fucking scary as shit.
Right. You'd think there'd be a trick to that. I'm like, that's just magic.
Fuck carrying a firearm.
Chinese magic.
Just walk around with a deck of cards.
Right. Hey, I mean, if you could throw two at the same time and hit somebody in the eyeballs, guess what? It don't matter what kind of gun they have if they can't see you.
That's a valid point.
Weird fucking trick to try and do. I feel like one fucking duck's ass ripping is going to ruin your fucking day. What happened? Well, old Johnny threw a set of cards, but he didn't count for the fat bitch 10 feet to his west. When that old gust of wind kicked up.
She got him.
Yeah. Them cards slapped back. And Johnny's opponent whooped his ass. Like, I don't know. Maybe.
So you got the magic kits as a kid. How far did you take it? Why did you stop?
Why did I stop?
Yeah, why'd you stop?
Personally?
Can you still do tricks?
No.
I feel like you're just telling me that. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're in the studio and nobody's here,
I'm twirling magic tricks and cards all around.
you're pulling rabbits
whole
out of a
bunch of
hat
cards.
or fucking
Some cards over there. Some cards over there.
yeah, pulling bouquets of flowers out of your sleeve.
That'd be crazy, man. That would be crazy.
What is all right?
What's
so
your favorite type of magic? How many types of magic you know about?
I don't.
How many different magicians have you seen?
I like street magic.
Street magic?
Street
That's
magic.
the best.
Right?
Have you ever seen an illusionist up close?
No.
You ever met like a mentalist magician?
No. No.
Those
Boy,
guys
you
are
get serious.
Those guys are fucked up.
Why?
Those are the dudes that have you write things and shit on paper and then tell you what you wrote.
Oh, because they're
And-
good
and
at
weird shit
They're
like
good
that.
at reading.
Oh
They're
yeah,
good at
they're
reading
good. They're good at
people.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's all.
They're good at all kinds of stuff.
So are they using real power, or are they just is it
I don't know.
learned human
I don't know.
behavior? You were I don't know. Why you acting
I don't
like
know.
Okay.
I just seen a bunch of magicians and some Chinese magic and met some pro guys and got to hang out with them. You, of all people, understand that Tyler I don't know is only allowed through the door because he has the credo of I don't know. If we change that, no one will let me through the door, my man.
So you just stay quiet about the things you learn and then pretend like you don't know. That's what I feel
I don't
like. Okay, there we go.
But I love David Blaine. I love street magic. I love card magic. Sleight of hand's the best. Card sharks are the greatest. If you can count cards, it's phenomenal to me.
Okay.
Card sharks, though, are the best.
If you could put on a show tomorrow of any kind and you were talented enough to do this,
It would just be street.
just street
Oh,
magic,
straight street.
you'd be
There's
standing on a
nothing
corner.
better than fucking with somebody who just pulled off, like, the audience right off the road. That's the best. Plus, you can go anywhere with it. You know, that kind of stuff. There is a gimmick to all of that, though, and you're not wrong. And what you asked is the most important part of it. What about those people that want Blaine? That's exactly right. Those are the ones that want it. But they're trying to trick you into thinking it's not there, so you'll go to work and pay them more money.
Ooh.
Magics,
All right.
magics, magics.
Magics. So how
Okay.
come you haven't taken this back up? What happened? What crushed little Tyler I don't know's dream of becoming the next?
Oh shit! I was hanging out with the pro magicians when I was an adult. I wasn't little,
Okay.
so yeah, no.
So what
I couldn't-
crushed Tyler I don't know's dream of becoming a street magician?
So you have to have a certain amount. You have to have a level that you meet before you can start playing with it and showing people. And I can't. I don't meet that level anymore.
Is that because you just stopped practicing?
Pretty much.
Why?
I don't know. My kids used to ask me. They'd ask all the time. They'd be like, "Daddy, do you have any magic left so we could see one more trick?" And they would ask all the time, bro. Like,
Do
it
you
was
have any
awesome.
magic left?
Yeah. They'd be like, "Do you have any magic left?
I've
Could
got a
you
little
do it?"
bit. I've got a little bit left.
And that's what I would say sometimes. If I really felt like I wanted to run an ace through a deck or something for him, be like, I got a little bit left. I can try. And then if the trick doesn't work, they're just like, dang, maybe next time we might get it. You know?
Aw, dude.
They think it's great. Yeah. The worst though is when you're doing tricks for your kids and they call out like the $300 trick you have. Like I've been called out for that. I had like a $300 trick. And one of my kids was like, oh, I see how you did that. And I was like, fucking motherfucker. I got to return this bitch real fast. It was my car payment and it already got called out. So I got to go. Yeah, those are the...
Was it just because you weren't proficient at it?
Yes. Oh, 1,000. And because they
It
were
wasn't
like...
because the trick was bad.
Yeah, they were... I mean, it's a pro... The trick I had was a pro trick. It just wasn't a pro trick in my hands. Yeah. So, yeah, they... You can definitely... I think... I mean, that's why I did it the most, I guess.
Why don't you take magic correspondence courses and spend back
Listen, okay, so there's a couple of things that... Most stuff you can't learn at home, right? But
Why not?
But hold on, but there are a couple of things that you can learn.
So do you
at
have to
home.
join a magic troupe and go on the road in order to learn these things?
No, I was saying across the board, right? Like we were joking about martial arts in the last episode. Like you don't want to learn martial arts at home, right? Because like you're gonna practice a punch and do the punch a certain
And you're
way.
gonna be like, I'm the baddest motherfucker
Right.
there is
And then
until you
come
gotta use it.
Yeah, and then come to find out you've been punching with the wrong finger or like any of that, right? And you like, or you're breaking a wrist or whatever. But when it comes to magic stuff you can practice at home. Magic stuff you got to be... Okay, so I know a pro guy who's a ball magician. That's all he does. Red sponge balls, right? That's his whole gimmick.
That doesn't sound very entertaining.
Bro, he's got a cup and ball trick. He told me he has to practice 9 hours a day in front of the mirror. Bro, you got to stare at yourself for 9 hours a day? How about the pro balloon guy I told you about that I know that's in this area? He told me he goes to the park for 6-7 hours at a time. And he used to make fun of me because he said, you magicians got it easy. You could buy one deck of cards and fuck that deck up for 6 months. He goes, I buy a package of balloons and that goes through in a fucking practice session. He's like, so I got to go through balloons all the time. He's like, you assholes just fling cards all day. And I was like, oh. That's interesting.
What the fuck is this guy making out of balloons? That
Balloon animals. He's like the balloon animal guy of the area.
What's a package of balloons cost him? $1.25?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not that cheap.
So $100 in balloons will last him a year.
Fuck no, dude, because you figure he probably makes like 600-700 balloon animals a day.
What's he do with them?
Nothing. He pops them. You have to keep your speed up and practice.
So he's just killing the environment to practice.
Yes.
That's just terrible.
That is
Like,
the art.
Balloon art needs to be abolished, dude.
That
You
is-
know how many,
that
you know
is
how many
the art.
sea turtles are probably dying
Oh,
from
yeah.
him?
Oh, yeah. And he told me, he goes, I go in the park all day and I just stand there and do this all day to myself. Like he's just...
Why in a park?
He said
That sounds really creepy.
He was one of those dudes who's like super healthy. He rides a bike everywhere and does all that, so he's always active.
Why
and
doesn't he
outside.
ride his bike, no hands, and just make balloon animals while he's riding his
Jesus,
bike
right?
and get two things done at
Right.
the same time?
Listen, I met the Guinness Book of World Records pogo stick guy once. I was down in Venice.
Where did you meet all these fucking weird ass
I was
people?
traveling in Venice,
Okay.
during our travels. And he told us too. He's like, I pogo like 8 hours a day. I'm like, Doc, how are you pogoing 8 hours a day, bro?
You're gonna tell me my
That's
man?
crazy.
You're gonna tell me my man doesn't have some TBI issues?
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Dude, my man is
that
just-
brain just jiggling.
Dude, my man has got the brain of
He-
an 85-year-old.
He had like a 9-foot fucking pogo, bro, and he was doing backflips with it on the beach. He's like, I'm in the
In the
Guinness Book.
sand?
No, just on the.
I'm impressed. If you could pogo stick on the sand, I'm impressed.
Yeah, write us and let us know if you can do that shit. I'd be interested to see that.
So, out
back
of
to
all
magicians,
the,
though.
out of all
I mean,
the pro
it's an art.
magicians, out of all the pro magicians you've met,
Yeah.
was there one that just blew your mind with their magic?
There was a guy I met once who was a pro. Technically he's a pro up here. He's not famous, but yeah, he could walk cards pretty well. Like he could make cards disappear and reappear in places that you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like he could genuinely make cards disappear out of thin air. So yeah, he's a real card shark.
And you were like, this guy's using the dark arts.
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. One of
yeah.
those. That's impressive.
Yeah. What's really funny is when you meet the guys who have been doing it for 40 years and they have like 3 tricks, right? And they have all these other tricks, but they have 3 that are main tricks and they don't want to per se show it to you, I guess, right away. They like make you wait, bro.
Oh yeah, because they don't want you to steal their bread and butter, right?
No. I mean, like they just don't want to show you their best work. They're like, yeah. I've been working on this. Oh yeah, I heard you could do this. Yeah. I could do that sometimes, but I'm not going to show you that today because I'm gonna mess it up. Like people are real finicky about that.
So here's my next question: like, how do they invent new tricks? I mean, like David Blaine's one who invents new illusions.
So
right?
that's a good fucking question.
How do you?
We could talk about that a little bit, but this is super fucking interesting that you bring that up because there are real places where you can go that people market this, and this has been around the internet for a while, where you can go buy the tricks as they're producing them. So like, let's say that like
for like comedians who buy jokes.
Exactly. So like, let's say you're my favorite magician and I watch you all the time and you're Thunder Skelly, the famous hand graphic, card magician. You might drop a trick tomorrow and you're like, this is called the Nike Oppress. I'm going to make your Nike shoes logo switch to being upside down on your shoe. And then you drop a demo video and the demo looks tight as fuck. And then I come to you as a fucking Patreon and I pay you $30 to get the trick so you can show me how to do the trick. And they'll have a description of how hard the trick is. They'll have a description of what you need for materials. They'll have a description of how long it's going to take you to learn it if you dedicate to it. They'll have a description of where you want to do it's. Everything is fine-tuned built.
So they're
fine-tooth built.
So what you're telling me is they're top-tier magicians who sell their wares.
They still do it today. Yep.
Well, I guess that's another revenue stream. But I'm saying, as a magician, how do you develop a new trick that you're not paying for?
You're an inventor. You're a scientist. You're a scientist. Yeah, straight up. And if you're like let's say like you're a card shark, right? You're a real card shark guy. You literally are sitting for hours. I've sat hours with big bowls. What you do is you take a big bowl or a blanket, you put it in front of you and you just sit for hours and you bust your tricks billions of times over. That's what you do. But yeah, they literally sit around and do that all day, bro. It's sweet. It's super sweet.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I did not know this.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But that's the thing. You'd think like, you'd look at David Blaine and be like, oh, he squeezed an egg out of his ass and into a potato jar from 5 miles away, And you're kind of thinking like, oh, David Blaine, this is his trick. He came up with it. No, bro. That trick could have been done by Houdini himself and you would never know. I thought Houdini did the ice block. Didn't Houdini do an ice block?
Yes.
I could have sworn I seen pictures of it. Like he did some sort of ice block. He did some sort of fucking gravitational, I'm floating in fucking air to prove that I'm here type of expose, whatever, like Blaine did, right? Or how about that guy that made a fucking pyramid disappear? How about that guy?
What about people that make trains
bro,
disappear
even if I
on
wanted
TV
to tell you
shit?
how to do that trick, I could tell you how to do it. I don't know how. That's too big for me. I don't know that one. That one will break my mind. If I saw that in person, I would lose my shit.
So, magicians that don't do good magic.
Yeah, they don't really exist.
Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, they did good magic.
Until the magic failed and they got their faces eaten off by a tiger.
I was gonna say they played really good. They do a magic trick where they pretend they're a meal. Steak.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Steak chop.
That's terrible.
They made some shit disappear. They made the front row of that crowd disappear.
Right.
Because they were like, get the fuck out.
Right. When the tiger fucking lost its fucking mind.
Bro, we went with our homie the other day, one of our homies, we went out and like this summer and we watched a tiger thing, right? And I was like, man, we were in the back and I was like, I'm only here to watch this tiger escape and start eating motherfuckers. Like it's a morbid thing to say, but what do you expect when you've got a giant killing machine wrapped in some gator plastic? like we set this mobile gate up to hold the tiger. Hold on a second. You came to my park in a field in the city where my kids play kickball and you set a portable cage up to contain your 2,000-pound man-eating machine? Yeah, I've got a lot of confidence in you, my man. What do you charge up here? Like $20 a ticket, homie? Yeah, that's good. Nothing I've ever been to for $20 fucking was safe enough to let a tiger loose in the area. Nothing in my life ever. I paid like $90 for the zoo, and that's not safe enough. They're like, hey, don't fall in.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. I'll try not to.
Yeah. Harambe. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. I am working on a trick right now.
Are you really?
Yeah. I've been working on it for like 10 years, though, so it doesn't
You
work.
actually have to work on it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
You can't
work.
talk about your
My
working on-
hands are crippled. They don't work that well.
Oh.
Yeah, they're fucked up. So to do the trick, it's hard.
So do you think David Blaine creates his own illusions, or do you think he has a team of people?
I don't know.
That help
David,
him.
you have to look at everything we're talking about the same way we look at everything else. David Blaine is like 50 Cent. Whatever he did before, he acquired the skills, and then he happened to be in the right spot at the right time. Like, that's what that is, right? Because there's billions of magicians out there that are fucking phenomenal that you and I will never hear about, right?
I can't even imagine how many there are.
Oh, there's so many. Dude, I ran into a magician here like 3 years ago, and he was just doing a party. And I shook his hand, and we went down the list of people we knew. Like, I've never met this guy ever, and we knew 500 of the same people. And it was crazy. He knew all the same people, all the same tricks. We just talked about whatever he was working on, and it is just like any other subculture community. It's a deep, dirty hole of a whole bunch of weird shit.
Oh, I'm impressed. I
like
did not know this.
I like it. Yeah. And here's the other thing, too. It goes right in hand with... It goes right in hand with all the things we loved as children. It's just hooligan shit, bro. I had a listen, I have a... Oh, okay, we'll say it this way. I had a magic trick I was already doing on people before I knew it was a magic trick.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have that trick. It's a very, it's a good trick. It's a disappearing trick. Works for anything smaller than maybe your hands.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. I'd walk around and make people's things disappear constantly. But my setup, 15 years later studying all this art, I would learn that this is a real thing. And they're like, yeah, this is how we do it. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't need you to teach me this. I have this sorted out already. So it really is. I think it's great, man. We should track down some fucking tabletop guys and just go fucking find some people. I could use some lightheartedness.
Yeah, there you go.
Right now. We should find a good magician. I wonder who's even out there. Like, we're talking about David Blaine, dude. We're old fud fucks. There's got to be some newer people out there. Some Chris Angel shit. I don't do the Chris Angel guys. Listen, if you look like a fucking Alice Cooper goth witch, I don't want you doing fucking magic in front of me, because I'm going to be distracted the whole time. Like, you know,
I never got down with no Chris Angel, bro.
Bro, I'm going to be like, where are your balls? You're wearing super tight pants. I cannot see your balls. Something's wrong. I cannot pay attention to the magic trick. And then I'm like,
where did you get?
Yeah, where did you get those pirate boots? I want those boots, but I will not wear them. But I want them. But also, where did you get them?
I dig your perm.
Yeah, exactly. When are you and Slash going to get your hair done again? I will come with you.
Wasn't he wearing all the bedazzled shit too?
Yeah. Is Buckethead going to be there?
So here's my next question. Do you need all the super flashy, bedazzled, and bejeweled clothing?
Well, you know what that's for. You know what that... I'm going to let you pull that answer, not from my community, but from our community on the other side. You know exactly what that's for.
It's a distraction?
Yes, sir. Listen,
It
if
looks
you
terrible.
walk up to a vendor or a magician and he's got more rings on him than the fucking Olympics, walk away. He's about to take your shit.
Bail out. Get away.
Get the fuck away. If he starts telling you about his cousin Johnny and swinging his pinky rings around, and he's got two
chains,
of them,
and he's got more chains around his neck than
fucking
Mr.
two
T.
chains. Yeah, Mr. T. Yeah,
And 2 Chainz.
Go the fuck away. Get away.
By the way, I did learn that 2 Chainz does not play at the orchestra.
No,
it
he's
was
not.
a huge
He's
mistake, and the person
famous.
I was with was really pissed.
They
and I
haven't
kept
done
yelling
that.
2 Chains.
Yeah, they haven't
it was
done that.
2 cellos. It's totally different than 2 Chains.
Did they play the Metallica song or did they play the 2 Chainz song? Did 2 Cellos play the 2 Chainz song?
No, they did not.
Damn.
It would have made it better.
You got robbed then.
I would not have been so harassed by the person I was with that I'd known.
Oh my.
I was like, I can't believe we're going to go to 2 Chains. They were like, we're not. They were so pissed.
Oh my. What's your favorite magic trick? Do you have a favorite one? I'm curious because I want to know if I know it.
I was always impressed when David Blaine would take some hobo's cup
Okay.
and put his
Oh
hands on it.
no, and don't tell me Phil it would change.
And all of a sudden it would start overflowing with change.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a good one. Or when he would take, they'd be like, pick a card, and then he would throw the deck against a plate glass window, and then the
cards
card
on the other side.
it would be embedded in the glass.
Yeah, that's illusionism.
Yeah, that was
I think that one's mentalism. I think.
that was always impressive to me.
I know how he
Because
does half
you,
of that.
You watched the filming of it, right? So you didn't see
Right.
somebody on the other side stick it to the window or anything. It was just there, you know.
Right. So that's what's interesting. So it's super, like we were saying.
Or he would write a number on a card, fold it up, and next thing you know, it'd be inside somebody's beer.
Those are the ones that I'm talking about those are pretty powerful. I know how those are done, but the one on the wall, I don't know how that's done. I know how he does half of it, but I don't know the rest. And it's intriguing. Like I know the setup. I know how he gets the card. I don't know how he gets it to the wall.
Gotcha.
And then, so have you ever seen him where he does one where he lets you pick a card and then your card appears across the room on the clock?
No.
I know how that's done. But
Or what about the one where he levitates like 3 feet off the ground in front of a crowd of people and there's nothing holding him up?
I can do that in front of you. Yeah, that one I can do.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I won't do it because it'll tell you because I'm bad at it now, but I used to be able to do that and I've done that for people and it works.
The moment you levitate in front of me, we're done with this fucking show. I'm just telling you.
It works.
Because that's the yeah.
That one
you
works.
just got to sacrifice a small animal an hour before.
No, you would die if I told you how that worked. You need to go Google that so we can talk about it off the mic. I won't tell you, but you should because that's an impressive one.
That is impressive.
That is a good one. I spent a
Because
lot of time working on that. I'm pretty sure I was still in the streets of the East Coast when I was working on that because I was bored in the dark and had nothing to do.
So there you are.
I was
doing
like,
your
time to
security
David
gig.
Blaine it.
You're doing
No.
your security gig
This
in the
was-
factory practicing levitation.
No. That was way later. No, this is when we were still just hanging out on the streets with other people.
Gotcha.
And they were like, "What are we going to do tonight?" And I said, "Nothing. We have no money, so we'll be practicing magic to make some money. Hopefully later my skinny ass back then would float and somebody would give me something." But yeah,
I bet you freaked a lot of people out with that one.
kids, like teenagers mostly.
And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Give me some money
so
now.
good.
Give me some money now or I'll be
Right,
forced to
right.
show you my other trick where I take it.
I wish. What is that joke? What is that expression in our other thing?
A bird
It's
in the
about-
hand is worth more than a bush.
No. What's that other one that's if you practice it to learn it, how to do it, you're a trickster. If you practice it till you master it or until you don't do it wrong, you're a master, whatever. We're always tricksters, man. Tricksters is tricksters, you know. Hustling only works so long.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think that's where a lot of
think
that
about
derives
this. You
from.
got to get to a point when you become one of these top guys. You got to get to a point where everybody's seen all your work, right? And people are bored. Your numbers are dropping
So-
off. Attendance numbers are dropping off. So you got to come up with new shit. And you're not. Look, you might be too proud to buy from somebody else. So you have to. I mean, think about all the work that goes into developing a new
Think about-
trick, a new illusion.
Think about all the dudes that fucking steal shit from each other while they're doing it. Like, oh, I saw so-and-so doing this. Quickly, get on this right now. Yeah, that shit happens all the time. People claiming this trick was theirs, coming up with that trick, telling them it's this trick. Some kid reworks your trick, and a year later he gets famous off of it. Imagine how you would feel. That happens all the time,
I'm
bro.
surprised there's not more murders in the magic community.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was joking about that guy with the mask, because I'm like, and the same thing with David Blaine. You have to be in the right place at the right time to be such a captain of that community because it's so small, right?
Listen, my man was exactly right place, right time. There was a camera there. There was somebody saw him do his street magic,
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, I'm a producer with NBC. We're gonna
We
put
can make you
on."
look even better, right? And now we're gonna pay your assistants. You know what I mean? But I mean, think about when David Blaine came out too. Like that's the beginning of YouTube.
Oh yeah.
He's old.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got to be a little bit older than me now. So is old, a little bit older than me, which means on the YouTube train and shit, we're all first generation dudes. So he, again, is the first big fucking magician. Bro, listen, this isn't even a fucking shameless plug. We'll shout it out. If you want to learn magic or you're interested in that, go to that website. There's a website called Theory 11. They make cards, they make specialty cards, and they sell tricks. And then you can go to Penguin Magic, and they have everything. They're a little bit more expensive, and you're going to pay like full price for everything. But if you want to track down from other places, but Penguin is legit at least. And you can get all the real stuff there.
So here's my question. Do you think the magic that's done in this country is the same? I mean, because there's obviously has to be magicians all over the world.
I think it's 100% the same. Yes. I think that's what you're going to ask. If I think it could be different over there.
Like, let's say you go to Thailand and there's a magician in Thailand.
Well, look at the stuff that we incorporate into it. Like even what we're talking about for everything else, right? It's not just, the magic is the magic. Like it's super cool, you know. It's there.
You're such a nerd.
But like, yeah, I know.
It's super cool.
But you still got to be able to sell it. You got to be able to pick out. So one of the biggest things for magic is picking out the right crowd. If you can't pick a crowd, you're fucked. Because if you keep showing up to Sheldon and trying to show him a magic trick, my man's going to fucking... okay, here's a good example. Remember that dude that I know, the engineer that came here from the Middle East who owns all his own businesses, is good at everything that we always joke about?
Yes.
I showed him a trick one time. He ate that fucking thing. He's like, yeah, you had a shift here, you drop back here, and when you revert here and then convert these two, it could go here. I was like, dog, just get the fuck away from me because there's nothing I do is going to be better. But then I showed him like a $4 trick, and he was fucking blown away. And I was like, what?
He couldn't figure it out.
Yes. He could not figure it out.
That's like when your kids ruined that $300 trick.
Yes, 100%. I was like, bro, this trick is fucking made for waterheads. How did you not? He's like, that's amazing. I'm like, what? What? Took me 10 fucking hours to learn this other trick you just shit on. I pulled this thing out of my pocket 5 minutes ago. I didn't even practice. And I'm upset right now. That's happened. Anybody out there will tell you that it's happened for sure.
Well, and here's the other thing. When you're doing these magic tricks and wherever you are, you have to make sure that you're not going to be accused of being a witch or doing black magic.
Oh, yeah.
Because that might not work out well
Don't
for
leave
you.
America and do those tricks.
That might not work out well for you.
Right.
Right?
So, one of my favorite tricks in the world, it's ironic because I don't smoke, but it's lighting your cigarette with an ice cube, right? And I can do that trick, but I don't smoke, so I never get to use it. Makes me sad. I've never got to use it once. I'm like, man, I could pick up some bitches in the bar with my cigarette lighting ice cube ass, but no trick.
I wish I knew how to do that trick back in the day.
I know, right? Oh, but the reason I was bringing it up is because it's exactly what you think it is on how it works. You could figure it out. I know you could. I'm not going to give it to everyone else because fuck everybody else, but you could figure it out. I know you could. But that's a trick that has been the same for 10,000 years. Like since cigarettes were invented, this trick has been the same.
Interesting.
Oh, I know a lot. It's so funny. I know a lot of cigarette tricks. I know how to smoke the invisible cigarette. So I literally light a cigarette up and then I can smoke it and fucking smoke comes out of my mouth and I billow smoke with it. Yeah, that trick's dope.
Listen.
I don't do that no more
This
either.
is black magic.
That one is, bro. That one's dirty. I'll do that someday when we're out with other people. I'll do it in front of the other scallies.
Yeah.
Fucking watch, bro. You open up, you're like, fucking bells. But people are like, what the fuck did you just do? Nothing. Just had to have a cigarette here. One quick hit. Done.
All right. And there's no sacrifices involved before you do any of these?
I told you, I don't know. I got to the door. They let me in. Then I had to come back.
Would you ever accept an invite to the Magic Castle?
Fuck yeah, bro. In a heartbeat. So many legends have walked through there. We'll get to go through.
If you
Who
could
knows
pick
who would talk?
one magician to meet,
Houdini.
why?
The number one. He's the king. I want to know how he did it. I want to know what he was doing. I want to know what he was thinking. I want to know why in that time he was doing it. Come on, bro. That was before YouTube, before the internet, before fucking colored posters, for crying out loud. Right?
All right.
What drives a man to the top of the game like that?
To invent these illusions? Would you call him an illusionist? or an escape artist? Because I've heard him classified as an escape
Oh
artist.
yeah, the butthurt magicians that don't want to admit that he's a magician. Right. He's not a magician. He just got good abs. Yeah. Okay. Just chill out, bro. Right.
But he did more than just escapes.
Right.
But people don't talk about all the other stuff he did. Right.
Nope.
All you hear about is his escapes.
I think he's an illusionist, no matter what, because no matter what he's doing, you don't know how he did it. That's the illusion.
But he wasn't the first.
No, of course not. I
He
don't
wasn't
think
the
he's
first. I mean, there were
But I'm
others.
cur-
There were others that came before him.
But I want to talk to him.
So who did he train? I mean, did he just invent all this stuff, or did he train underneath somebody?
No, there's no way. We've definitely established that there's no timeline of invention for things. And even if there was, you're not going to find it. I don't care
So
what
you're saying
anybody
he
says.
took other people's
1,000%.
projects?
1,000%. The Japanese, the Chinese were all doing magical magician stuff way before it would have traveled over to modern, whatever you even call that
Europe.
era. Is that,
The
yeah, modern
States.
Europe, whatever.
The
yeah.
States. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's a culture of people who, again, and I mean no disrespect, are bathing once a fucking month compared to other cultures that were bathing every day already. Like, you're a little bit behind, you know? I think Houdini he did what he did. I mean, the dude's physique is phenomenal, no? Am I right? Like,
Well, my
that's,
dude was.
yeah,
he
so
was-
he is the
was a
one.
beast.
Yeah, he's also, that's another one too. It's not just about this, it's about that part of it.
His physical fitness.
Yeah, to understand, because look at the people back then. There's people back then that, dude, a push up, like, come on. Who was doing that besides the military? And the military
Wasn't even really doing that.
probably, yeah, I was going to say, who knows when the modern push up was pushed into any part of any calisthenic program of any military, because back then it was still a whole put your costume on, get your booty whooped, and then pray that you live type of deal.
For sure.
You know, so for these guys him to push his physique into that way, and you can tell, look, there's some pictures of him. Like, look at my man's wheels, bro.
Dude, he's Diesel.
Look at my man's wheels.
He's
Why do his
Diesel.
wheels look like that?
He's Diesel.
Right. And I'm not throwing hands with him. Look at his fucking
Throw hands with Houdini.
yeah, look at his upper forearm connecting his fucking forearm muscles and his wrist muscles up to his elbow. You know who else has arms like that?
Popeye.
The dragon. Yeah, well, him too. But the dragon, Bruce had fucking arms like that. Just serrations and parts of your arms. You're like, where did that come from? I see that a lot now in USPSA shooters when we go to matches. But boy, oh boy, the rest of the body don't match that. Just the grip.
Well, I told you about old boy and how he trained in his kitchen every day.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I love
He's
it.
got ropes hanging from the ceiling, and he just grips the ropes and he just pulls.
Yep. And,
Yep.
and I think that's where...
And everybody I talked to said his arms from the elbows to his wrists look like fucking Popeye's arms.
I think, yeah.
And that's why he's so rock solid.
We're talking about Bobby V, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe it. Like, look at this guy. He look at his first of all, look at his fucking eyes.
Oh,
Look
dude,
at his
that's
eyes,
intensity.
bro.
That's intensity.
If the Marine Corps would have been around back then, this guy would have been all about it. If he was an American, like over here, you
Yes.
know, like look at him.
He was here.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Oh, yeah.
like, I don't think he was interested in that stuff. I think he was more interested in just fucking with people like a troll, you know? Like, look at him. He just.
So is that where it came from?
it has to be.
I mean,
bro.
I wonder. It'd be interesting to do a deep dive
there.
on what drove him down
How-
that path, and what was the inspiration for him to become that way.
It's Chinese magic, without a doubt. I use that term across
Watching a Chinese magician somewhere.
Yeah, I use that term across the board for everything because China's got some of the oldest magic in the game. I'm not saying they have the only magic.
Right.
They have some of the oldest. And of course, most of my magic in the world of witnesses was Chinese magic. But this is the same thing. Like, some dude gets hooked up with somebody and cannot look away. Look at that kid up here, dude. I told you his origin story. The dad brought him in and was like, hey, I want to buy my son magician lessons, right? The fucking kid was so good that the teacher was like, yo, dog, I don't have anything to teach you anymore. And had to send him to like a pro guy and was like, you need to take your son to the next level of echelon, whatever, and sent this fucking kid off. Now that sounds crazy, bro, but you hear the same stories about Michael Jordan. You hear the same stories about LeBron. Nobody knows that Michael Jordan was sitting in most of LeBron's games. I mean, diehard fanatics will know. But nobody knows that Michael Jordan has pictures with LeBron when he was like fucking 12. And he's like, oh yeah, look at this kid. Because Michael Jordan in his camp or in his world is following these professional kids. Somebody took this Houdini guy and did the same thing, you know, and set him up for this
Future.
whatever. Right. And put the parts into play that would create, I think you can find this stuff, you know, if you're looking for it.
Wasn't it also wasn't here's the other thing. Wasn't it Houdini that was also trying to debunk seances
I'm sure.
and all that other shit,
I'm
trying
sure.
to prove that it was all fake?
I'm sure.
Because I think it was big in that period, if I'm not mistaken.
What would you even call this stuff? Would you call it parlor magic? Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean.
Are you talking about what he did, or are you talking about the
All of it.
seances and all that other shit?
The things that we all do. Like every trick that I do, if I show you a trick right now.
I guess it would technically be parlor magic.
Right. So if you take somebody like us, you take anybody who's an expert in their field, not us, but like him. Oh, okay. This is a perfect example. We literally heard somebody from one religion talk about another person's broomstick and said it was from a fucking gas station.
Right.
Like, that's what I think my man's is doing. He's disproven so much of his own science and he's in the wake that it doesn't matter what you say. He's like, no, doesn't matter. I can
repeat that
right,
easily.
Right. Same thing with like light as a feather. Like you said, listen, I'm not joking. We cast tons of spells. Just all day, every day. I was reading incantation books like it was my fucking job. If I could call a fucking portal to bring down a god to end the earth, I tried it. But we could never get it to work. So if light as a feather never worked for us, maybe it really was.
Does it mean it doesn't work?
No.
Or does it mean it didn't work for you?
Right. And here's the other thing too. Was the thing that I lost is we could never get enough people to try. You try living in the middle of Orange County and trying to find some motherfuckers that want to read about this. Good luck. There's not a lot of us studying the occult back then, right? We were getting rides down cities over to find new bookstores, new witchcraft stores, to go read all this stuff. We're getting rides into hoods that we've never been to go find these stores.
Okay, so here's my next question. Just like we talked about with Wicca, right? How it was a zombie, right? Because the original, if there were original practitioners, right?
Right.
Either they were killed during the purges, right?
Right.
The Inquisitions and things like that, and then that history was lost.
Right.
Why is it that so many people believe that these occult books and these black mass Bibles and all these other things are legit, and how we know they haven't been recreated and rewritten and invented in modern times?
Well, the first thing is that, and we both acknowledge this, but other people don't, is that belief is what takes you the most. The uniform of belief doesn't really matter, man. You and I both know that. You can put on any color uniform you want, homie. It ain't going to change the inside of who you are. And we know that. So that's the first step. The second step of what our friend said about it being bastardized and zombied, it's 100% true. But you don't know if old Sam from Colorado wrote that book based on his grandma's spells and it ended up in fucking Barnes & Noble on the West Coast somehow. Because now with data transfer, you have no idea how stuff changes.
So to go back to what we were talking about, those families that grow up in the deep, dark mountains.
I still think, they're going to have...
Even though they may not be written down, it's not to say that there's not power in there and that it wasn't passed down orally.
Dude, 1,000%, bro. You're talking about the difference between somebody who woke up from day fucking one knowing that this cup of whatever the fuck it is that they say is the God versus a kid like me who's running around looking for answers. Those are two different things. We've talked about this in our other community with some of the homies that we see who have some of these tattoos that represent God, but also when you link God to their jobs, you're like, oh man, that's a different kind of belief, my man. You're running into fucking castles that are on fire while dudes are throwing lemon water over the side. And somehow you're living through it and you think it's the shiny armor of who knows what. That is the key. The rest of it.
So going back to magic then.
Look at these broads that put it into crystals, man.
No, going back to magic, right? If you can make them believe, then it's real.
Which is the point. That's one of the beginning keys. 110%. There's a way.
So you're telling me the reality of it is whether you believe it or not.
The reality
belief makes it real.
Yes. Yes. There is a special way. Obviously, I can't tell you. You have to go look it up and find it yourself. But there is a special way to pick your
Crowd.
audience.
Okay.
Well, the Houdini book has it in the first chapter. He talks about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is all review. I like this. How do you pick your crowd? How do you pick your crowd? And then, again, you got to look at other people,
Okay.
I don't know, man. It's creepy. It's creepy. All of it's creepy. But, no Ouija boards.
No, you know what's even creepier is that damn documentary we watched about that guy who was the clown with the phone number that you called to come scare your kids.
I like that. I can't wait till we get our phone number set up.
Oh God,
dude, it's gonna be horrible.
A nightmare. That's gonna be a fucking
It's gonna be
nightmare.
fucking horrible. This is our plan. And this is in the works right now. We want to thank all of our Patreons because, and I'm not joking, you guys really do help us with this. We are planning on setting up an open line that eventually you'll be able to call and leave messages to. I haven't mastered this yet. It's been a project in the works for a while. I know all three of our listeners are like, why the fuck would I do that? I can just text you right now. But still, it's going to be fun.
I think it'd be far more entertaining if we could play a soundbite
oh, God.
of a message that was left.
Yeah, it's going to be for the... God, I'm so scared. All right, well, you know
Hold on.
what?
Here's something I want to do because we've been talking about legends and lores from all over the world.
All right.
If you are living outside of the continental United States and you're listening to us and you grew up in a neighborhood and there was a local legend or a local lore there was a story that you've heard about a ghost or a witch or whatever the paranormal thing is, write us and tell us about it because we're super interested in how lores and legends from around the world are as opposed to what we deal with here in the continental U.S. The only one I can tell you about that I'm aware of locally was that one house that was abandoned for years and had no power, but occasionally every now and then there'd be a light on in that house. And eventually the city tore down the fucking house because it was such a legend. I mean, other than it being an abandoned nuisance, but everybody knew it to be haunted. Now they've turned it into a park and it's called like Ghost Park.
You want to go there? You want to go there and dial some ghosts?
No, I don't know.
Wait. Hold on. If I buy the Ouija board, you won't come, right?
Fuck no.
But if I buy the scanner so they can talk to us, you'll go.
Yes.
What the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. Kind of makes sense a little bit, but
you don't even have to buy a
100%
scanner.
sure.
I think they got apps for your phone, but I think that's
Listen,
bullshit too. So
you want to go down there? I'm gonna bust out some stuff. We'll go down there, get some real shit going. Call some people. I don't even need a Ouija board. I don't know what they're talking about. We'll get a nice little table.
Oh, a table.
We'll get some herbs. We'll go burn some stuff. So you wake somebody up.
Oh, I deal with enough of it in my own personal life.
We go do it at a graveyard.
No.
It's safe to do it there, man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of grandmas there.
There's a lot of people there.
You got to chill out.
And
I know.
not all of them are good people.
But I'm saying the good ones will be okay. They'll protect you from the bad ones.
You think?
Yeah, I know that.
What if they don't want to get involved?
They will. Okay. I promise. They always do.
Nah, that's not something I mess with either. All right.
Well, we got to get something going because I got to take you now out to go look for this.
Dude.
You want to go ghost hunting? Ghost hunting is so random.
No, it's not, because here's my theory.
Beaconing is better.
Listen, you
got to set a beacon up and let them come to you.
Here's my. I like that term, beaconing.
Here's
my thing. You should be able to walk out your front door of your house and ghost hunt.
Yeah, but you can't.
Why not?
Because,
dude, with the amount of people that have passed, they should be just fucking everywhere. They should literally be everywhere.
Yeah, but you're basing that on the fact that
tell me
they
there's
all...
not just random ones walking by your house?
You're talking about the fact that they, number one, that the permanent spot is here, that this isn't just a travel bound like Florida. And number two, that they all get to stay here.
I'm just saying, there's so many.
They're not all here.
You should be able to walk right outside your front door on the street.
Ghostbusters New York. It's like Ghostbusters in New York, bro. Dude. If you open the portal, they will show up.
You don't even gotta open the door, bro. There are probably 400 on the street anywhere in Brooklyn.
400. That's your guess? That's way under, guy.
Oh, it's probably way under. They're just
That's way
around.
under.
I mean, dude,
if
you could put on goggles and see them all,
it'd be like
hundreds.
normal. Yeah, but I'm saying not all of them are here. Some of them are here.
All right.
It's not all of them.
And here's my next question. Why don't they update their gear like their clothes?
They can't. You know what you leave with is what you're stuck with. That's why the Vikings been saying it forever. You got to get buried with their gold. They're weird.
What?
Yeah, man. You know those cultures that are the pharaohs were into that. Dude, they
Well,
buried themselves.
that was to take it to the afterlife.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because they know they can't upgrade. You just said, why didn't they upgrade?
Oh,
they
'cause
can't.
they can't. Oh,
that's why they got to stock it
And take it
prior
with
to going. That's why all those cultures are like that.
them. Okay.
You better make sure I get buried with my stuff. Just saying. The important
Do you really
stuff.
want me to put all that gold by the inch in your coffin?
Yes. I'm going to need like that, a couple of pocket knives,
Okay. All right.
maybe a Butterfinger for the road. Just don't leave me hanging, man. I'll be
Some
stuck out there.
Snickerdoodles.
Some Sour Patch Candy.
All right. I got
Maybe
you.
an Ozzy mixtape.
I got
a Walkman with fresh batteries.
Mixtape with a Walkman.
Give me those old school headphones
Oh,
with
the orange?
foamies. Yes.
The orange foam?
See?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
You know. Probably get that at the Dollar General now. You don't even need to fucking listen. You know what I saw the other day before we go, because we're way past our time limit. The fucking Pandora is definitely not taking us. Anyways, Stitcher shut down their whole company because of us. They're like, fuck you guys, we're shutting down. They sent us one message. I'll bet Stitcher's still up. They were just like, fuck those guys, we're sending the message.
Little Timmy just told me, by the way. Little Timmy came to me. He was like, just want you to know your one platform's dead. I was like,
yeah.
which one's that? He goes, Stitcher.
Yeah,
it's
been
gone.
dead for a couple months. What was I going to say? Oh, they came out with a Bluetooth boombox with a cassette player on it.
That's pretty sweet.
That's gangster.
I can tell you what I just said. Medic, saves you the runaround. They had blank cassettes and they had blank CD-ROMs.
Ooh, that's hot. We should buy those and put some of our episodes on them and give them away.
It'd be fucked
I
up.
don't know to
It'd
who.
be fucked up because nobody can play them.
Nobody can listen to them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all retro. It's coming
It's a
back.
weird campaign. Maybe if we just take it back to my hometown and give it to all the fucking schlub-ass bums on cassette, they'll play it in the streets and then all the bums will listen to it.
No, we get
Get 0 plays because it'd all be like it'd all
wouldn't
be
matter
on tape.
right, it'd be all on tape. And
But
nobody
everyone you'd go everywhere they'd go, you'd hear 3097 seconds.
3097 seconds.
3097. I'll be back in 3097 seconds, Thoma. I'm gonna go down the tent way.
I can't wait till that becomes a catchphrase.
3097 seconds. Do you see that guy that got it tattooed on him yet?
No.
Oh,
Does somebody have it?
maybe. I can't tell you.
You acted like you were an authority on this.
I am an authority. In this podcast, we're all authorities. David
that's
Blaine
our
ain't
pro-
got shit on me.
Maybe
Listen,
that's
tell
our
that
problem.
motherfucker to come over. I'll show him some of my magic. I make things disappear.
Show him that $3 magic trick. You
That's right. He'll be fucking perplexed. It's called the stoplight. He'll be perplexed as fuck. Then I'll be like,
He's so advanced that he can't even comprehend the
Right.
simple shit.
I'm gonna be like, let me show you another magic trick is from your people.
Let me show you how I pull my thumb off.
Well, we call this the
one.
coyote. Oh my!
All right. Is
I
that
think
it?
that's it.
That's it.
Like, subscribe, send us an email.
Hey, join our Patreon, buy us a cup of coffee, help us get this caller line up and running. And if you're lucky, you still might catch that episode of Nothing But Elevator Music, the Kenny G covers. Oh, we can't do that because
Kenny G
Tyler
covers.
said he doesn't want
Yeah.
Tupperware.
Hippies will show up and sell us Tupperware. How do you remember that? But what the fuck? Get off the podcast. This is a trick. 97 seconds. Come back for later. Come back for more. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait. We have to do this too.